queens, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are going to be diving into the Bperfect Carnival palette. I know I'm late on this palette, but I had to get my hands on it. When I first saw it, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I really wanted it. But then after I saw all these people creating all these bomb looks, I was just like, oh, I really need to get my hands on that palette. So I definitely had to grab one, and this is what it looks like. Sorry if you can see my hand prints all over it. It is a very large palette, and this is what it looks like. I love the color selection. I love the fact that you get 3 highlighters. If this is your first time here, please subscribe. I upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you like story times, if you like tutorials, if you like hauls, if you like vlogs, this is the place for you. Subscribe. So without further ado, let's get into the palette. Okay, so let's get started. So first things first, what I'm doing now is using an eye cream before I do my concealer. I don't know, I could be a little bit late to the party, but I have definitely been seeing a difference on how well my under eye makeup lasts when I do that step. So the one I'm using is the Hendrickson Banana Bright Eye Cream. It's the best of the best, well known. Okay, so for primer, basically what I decided to do this year is that I am going to be actually using product. I have a lot of, my makeup collection is not one of the average makeup person. I have a lot of makeup. I love buying new things. I love trying new things. But the problem with buying and trying is that you buy it, you try it, and you put it somewhere and you never touch it again. So what I'm going to be doing is every month kind of just pushing through like my collection. Actually pushing through my collection, like my primers, my concealers, my foundation, my powders, my highlighters. Oh my god, my palettes. That's another story. But for the primer I'm going to be using today is the e.l.f. Poreless Primer. I kid you not, this is one of my favorite primers, one of my favorites. I'm so happy that they have a matte one that I have yet to try, but I kind of want to, you know, kind of use some of the product I have. I may pick that up anyway. Who am I kidding? I will. And I just like to rub this in the skin, especially in the areas where I get super oily. I have oily skin, and for the people out there to know what I'm talking about, girl, boy, you understand how you can literally, like, you can look matte for like 5 minutes and then boom, mother shine comes out of nowhere. Okay, so now that I have that all mixed in, I'm trying to get rid of this Fenty foundation and this Maybelline. These were my ride or die last year. These were my go-to foundations. I felt like this was like the best combination. You know, this is a mask. Everybody knows this is a mask. This is like, it will dry you out, but this will give you that hydration. But I kind of want to move on and try other things, but separately, I can't do them separately, but I can definitely do them together. And I just like to kind of do some lines on my face. So what I like to do is to blend this out. First things first, I have to spray my face. First, I like to spray my face with this Morphe spray. That kind of like just makes it look a little bit more like skin. And then I like to take my e.l.f. brush, which I love how flat this brush is, and then I just like to buff this out. So now that I have that on, so for concealer, I always used to use the same exact concealer. So I bought the Uma Beauty, what's this? I don't know if it's like Stay Woke concealer, and I got it in Brown Sugar T2. Now, I did a review on this a while ago, but I've never really kind of dived back in this product. Okay, so now that I have this on, I like to let it dry down just a little bit before I go in with my favorite sponge. Y'all, if you do not have an e.l.f. sponge, go get you one. They're $3. They're super soft. Like, I have plenty of sponges, but nothing like even though this is obviously dry. Nothing really compares to the e.l.f. sponge. And I'm just going to start by blending out my chin. Okay, so now that I have that all blended out, I really do like the coverage of this concealer. I feel like it's not heavy, but I do definitely, I definitely feel like you definitely get the coverage you need. Now, normally, right now, I'm going to go in with another cream product before I set the rest of my face. I want to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Stick in Cool Earth. This is the only thing I've ever tried. If you guys have any suggestions of cream contours that don't drag, because I've tried plenty of ones that come out of like the palettes sometimes, and once I put it on my foundation, it's like it just drags. It could be how I'm blending it out, I don't know. So I'm just gonna do a little bit right there and right there, and then I'm going to blend this out with this is pretty much like a dupe from the Sonia Kashuk sponge, and I just like to kind of, don't want to spray my cat, kind of like to spray the butt of the beauty blender. I don't want it to be like super wet, and then just blend this out. And then I go back over that area where that concealer was, just in case there was any creasing. I didn't see any, but once it's set, it's pretty much set. So for the powder, so normally I use either the Sacha Buttercup powder or the Huda Beauty in the shade Knaf. Won't be doing that anymore. So I think what I'm going to use is this Anastasia Beverly Hills banana powder. It doesn't have any flashback. That's what I like about it, because it's nothing like doing your whole face of makeup and then taking a picture and having flashback. So I just like to tap off the excess on my hand. I kind of like to work off the back of my hand and just kind of press it into the skin. Okay, so I have put on my brows and I have done one eye off camera. So today we are diving in, and I really wanted to get this palette so bad. If you saw my haul, I mentioned this palette. It is the Bperfect Cosmetics Carnival Extra Pro palette. This collection of eyeshadows, shimmers, and glows by Stacey Marie. She is a makeup artist. I saw some of her work. Phenomenal. And this is what it looks like. Obviously it's going to be used, I use it to do this eye, and you get like this bomb color selection, as well as like 3 highlights that I will be diving in as well. So I already have my eye primed, and I just used my trusty P. Louise eyeshadow base in number 2, and the first shade I'm going to go in with is Persuasion, and it's like this deep plum color, and I'm going to add that shade into the crease. I mean, the pigmentation on this palette is definitely here. When I first dipped into my brush, I was like, wow. And I'm just taking this color, and there's like 0 fallout, like none, and I'm just putting that into the crease, and I'm just doing packing motions. And it doesn't have to be like super perfect, because a lot of this is going to get cut for the cut crease and smoked out anyway. Okay, so after I have that color down, I am going to go in. It's this shade called Influence, and it's right here. And I'm going to use that to blend out this Precision shade. Okay, so then I'm going to go back in with a clean brush, and I'm just going to blend that out to get rid of any like harsh lines. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in with that Precision shade and just kind of go in windshield wiper motions and in circular motions to make sure those 2 shades are completely blended together. The first shade I want to go in with is the shade Temptation, and it's like a maroon kind of glittery shade. I'm gonna put that in the center of the lid using the same exact brush that I used to cut my crease. Okay, so now that I have that shade on, I'm gonna go in with this gold shade right here, and I'm gonna put that in front of that shade. Okay, and to deepen up that outer corner, I'm gonna take this very bright purple shade, and it is called Wasted, and it is right here, and I'm just gonna use that to smoke out that outer corner. Okay, so now that I have those sides all even, I'm taking just a clean brush, the same brush I used previously, and just making sure I smooth out any harsh lines. Okay, so I have everything else on. I have popped on my lashes. So now let's go in and finish up the rest of the face. I think I'm going to take some more of this powder and bake with it now. I'm just going to kind of place that right underneath there, so I can make sure that this makeup lasts all night. And don't worry, like I said previously, this powder has never left flashback on me. And then to bronze up the face, I'm gonna go in with this CoverGirl bronzer in the shade Ebony. Okay, and I'm not trying to let this powder sit long, so I'm just going to take this brush from BH Cosmetics and just dust everything off, kind of blend in the rest of my face in the process. Okay, so for under eye, I really just want to take some of this, a little bit of this purple, and kind of smoke it underneath my eye. And I'm just doing this shade really tight on the waterline. I think that's pretty. And then I'm gonna go back in with that that Influence shade, and I'm gonna pretty much use that to smoke everything out and blend everything together. Okay, so time for highlighter. I really want to know what this highlighter does in this palette, so we're gonna go in with Over It, which is this really pretty gold shade. Okay, now time for lip. I don't really have a crazy lip combo I want to do because I feel like this look is already bright enough. So I'm just going to take this dark brown pencil from NYX and line my lips. Okay, I feel like that's okay. I like to darken up the corners of my mouth a little bit. And then the gloss I'm going to go on top of that is this Kylie gloss. And yes, girl. Kylie got some bomb glosses. I haven't tried anything else. I bought one of her palettes finally. I haven't had a chance to dive into it. But these glosses, though, are bomb. And that's just pretty much it. I really do love how this look turned out. Let's talk about the palette. The palette is bomb, like I mentioned previously. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are having a great day wherever you are. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon with another video. Bye, guys.